Dear Dominique, it's Saturday. I am late with my video and I have no excuse other than last year's spring break video. I stayed in my pajamas, and this year I said, Marissa, you're going to get dressed for your video and look somewhat presentable. But then the other part of my brain said, but don't get dressed just for the video. You better go out in public and make it worthwhile. Thus why I waited this long, because finally I have a reason to go out in public today. Laziness aside, my spring break has been a lot of going to the dentist and then going to the dentist to get my filling and then going to the eye doctors. Look at my gross dilated eyes. I had to wear those stupid old people sunglasses on my drive home and I couldn't stop laughing at myself. And when I haven't been doing that, I've been doing a lot of reading and avoiding my homework until really late at night. My book suggestions this month include Please Ignore Verideets by A.S. King. The book I recently finished is Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini. And the book I'm currently reading is Panic by Lauren Oliver. It's really good. It's like The Hunger Games if The Hunger Games took place in a poor town in New York in present time and there wasn't all this weird stuff. It was just like kids doing crazy stuff for lots of money. My life currently has been very boring. The last 2 weeks of school before spring break, I had a couple mental breakdowns because I had a 20-page research paper to write in a week. And I kind of just went insane and stressful and midterm exams and everything. But let me take you back to the perfect Saturday a couple weeks ago when my roommate and I decided we would have a lazy weekend in and stay on campus and be boring grandmas together. Of course, things started out normal. Heidi and I went to the dining hall for dinner, and I saw someone from our high school who goes to my college now, and I was like, oh, pleasure seeing you here. And then I saw someone behind him, and it was another person from our old high school who went to a different college and dropped out the first semester of freshman year, and I started freaking out because I hate seeing people from my past that I hate. And I explained to Heidi how horrible of a lowlife he was, you know, get everything off my chest. Whatever, I ignored them. And then I went to get a drink of water and I thought it was empty. Nope, I picked up the water. There was still water in it and it spilled everywhere. Of course I laughed at myself as I do when I make mistakes, and Heidi and I threw napkins on the water and started drying it up, and she's like, those guys over there, they're laughing at you. Now, normally I wouldn't have cared. Yes, there were attractive men at that table, but I was like, fine, laugh at my expense, you know? Good for you. But the fact that that lowlife kid from our high school was there, I was like, I know you're a lowlife and you're laughing at me. I'm so much cooler than you are. Like, go home. So we went back to our room and I had to watch An Inconvenient Truth for Climatology, yay Al Gore, and it was around 6:48 p.m. when the fire alarm went off. Now, it was the beginning of March and I was like, okay, this makes sense. Fire drills are always at the beginning of the month. But one, it's always on a weekday, and two, it's always around 8 or 9 o'clock at night when they all know that students are going to be back in their dorm rooms. So I hurried up and put my coat on and my rain boots, and we walked out into the hall and we got near the stairs and saw all of the smoke coming from the lounge. And I was like, wow, we're finally having an actual fire. We all got outside and Heidi had been in the lounge like half an hour previously, and she's like, it was the girl across the hall. I saw her making Easy Mac and she either didn't put water in or she put in the Easy Mac for 30 seconds more than she needed to and just exploded everything. So of course I was angry. I had this stupid movie to watch, and then Heidi and I were going to go to a play at 8 o'clock and I wanted to get the dumb movie out of the way. So I was standing there angry, kicking at the snow, and I was like, that girl should get arrested. And then Heidi proceeded to tell me that the girl was standing 3 feet away, and so I walked away in guilt and shame. And then they cleared out the smell, not really, and we went back inside. And Heidi and I got ready to go to the play. We didn't know much about it, we just wanted to get out of the room. It turned out to be 4 or 5 of Samuel Beckett's short plays, and the theme connecting all of them was death and depression. And I was like, okay, we're gonna go get ice cream after this because ice cream always makes everything better even if it's 15 degrees outside. We walked all the way to 7-Eleven, I got some Snickers ice cream, we went back to the room, and I ate the whole 16 ounces in 20 minutes. That was the highlight of my day on Saturday. I'm proud. I'm proud. So Dominique, I hope you had a great spring break of doing a lot of nothing. I'm gonna go be in public for a little while because why else would I get dressed? And see you next week. Candle went out. So much for the ambiance.